am back from the future inside one of the units.
In the heart of Burgundy stands a winery that doesn't play by the rules. Glass and steel where you'd expect stone and dust. More laboratory than chateau. As you step inside, you realize this isn't a cellar built for nostalgia. It's a cockpit built for control. A place designed for ideas to take flight. Laurent Ponsot helped unmask the fraudster who sold fake Grand's Cru's to billionaires. Since then, he's become Burgundy's most brilliant heretic. He's a winemaker, engineer, and provocateur, born into one of Burgundy's great dynasties, but determined to redefine it. For Ponsot, innovation isn't rebellion, it's logic.
Bourgogne Rouge, entry-level wine. Then we have Meursault as a white village. And we made only once Saint-Romain. Then we have in red Gevrey-Chambertin, Chambol-Musigny, and Vosne-Romanée. Then we have 10 premiers crus. Gevrey-Chambertin en ergot, Gevrey-Chambertin Combeau-Moine, Chambol-Musigny les Charmes, Chambol-Musigny les Sentiers, Vosne-Romanée les Beaumonts, Vougeot premier cru, Meursault-Blagny, Meursault-Charmes, Meursault-Perrières, Meursault-Genévrières. I think it's more than 10. We added 2 last year, I guess. 12. And then we have 13 Grand Cru. We are the only producer in Burgundy having so many Grand Cru in the portfolio, which are starting with the whites, Corton Charlemagne, Bâtard Montrachet, Montrachet. In red we have Clos Vougeot, Échezeaux, Charmes Chambertin, Latricière Chambertin, Mazy Chambertin, Griotte Chambertin, Chambertin, Chambertin Claude Bèze. Out of the 9 satellites we have 7. Clos Saint-Denis and Bonnemar. Tradition. I hate the word tradition. A tradition is invented by human beings. But what we are doing today, we increase the history. I prefer this instead of tradition. History is more accurate. If you decide to go every first Saturday of the month in a restaurant with your friends, it becomes a tradition. It doesn't change the history of the world. I don't like the dogmas. Dogmas like biodynamie, vin naturel, organic farming. If you want to apply these dogmas, you cannot make wine. I don't say they are all liars, but nearly. Nature doesn't care a dogma. Nature changes every year. And for example, last year, many of the people following biodynamie and organic farming could not make it at all. You needed to use some chemicals to protect your vineyards, including not to make your vine die. The vine itself, the plant of vine. Again, good sense is the most important. So in the vineyards, in the cellars, it's the same. Try to make it the most naturally possible, without any label or dogma. And if one day there is something will happen and kill the vines, don't hesitate to use the chemicals of today. And the chemicals of today are just made to resolve a problem, not to make people sick if you drink the wine. We are living in a period of time. It started in 1996 and it's still now a heat wave. People name it global warming or whatever, climate change, which is not the case at all. It's just a heat wave. And in the past, in the 2000 years of history of winemaking, we have had many of the heat waves. Many waves with humidity, rain, or even frost and so on. So we are just in a heat wave, and it is totally beneficial for Burgundy. We are very far north, and we earn 1 to 1.5 degrees Celsius over a century, and this is very good for us. So we don't have any more low-level vintages. We have only great vintages. Pretend anything, I just follow my passion, and the fact that I learn enology is a big help. And I learn enology not to be proud of a diploma or to act, to make things. At the contrary, because I know I don't act. Many vine growers or winemakers are using the phrase, I do that just in case. For me, there is a case or there is no case. In order to be sure there is no case, we analyze the wines very often. And we have our own lab. I didn't show you, but we have our own lab. This is my invention as well. So let's work on an alternative to the natural cork. And it took me 20 years of research with a lab in Italy, a lab in Switzerland. And the Swiss lab gave up after 6 years. But the Italian went up. And I worked with them. And so after 18 years, we knew what is a perfect natural cork, because this was the research. And then the three elements which are the most important are density, porosity, and elasticity. So out of the best natural cork, we analyzed these three elements and we copied with polymers, which is a nice word to say plastic. And this is it. It's a copy of the best natural cork forever.
Why in plastic?
Sorry?
Why in plastic?
Because it's the only way, the polymer is the only way to control the oxygen going into the wine in a given time. This element which is in contact with the wine, if it can, you can say it's a noble plastic, because this is the element, the plastic you use to build artificial hearts. And I believe if you put that in the body of human beings, you can also put that.
Biocompatible.
Yeah.
Are you able to explain why you don't want to have any expression of oak, in your wines?
Because we make wine, we don't make a beverage. Sorry. Why is it allowed to add the taste of oak in a wine, and it's not allowed to add the natural extract of violet in the Chambon, natural extract of cassis in the Échezeaux, natural extract. So you take it from the cassis and you bring it into the wine. For me, this is the same level. Intellectually, I produce wine from grape, okay? But not a beverage made from wine and oak.
So it's probably just historical custom, right? That over the centuries, right? And everyone's used to that oak toast, right?
During centuries, we wanted to have wine.
Yeah.
But since Mr. Parker in 1983 came down to Burgundy saying, if I find a wine with the oak taste, I add 5 points to the score, suddenly the barrel maker, which were nearly in bankruptcy, they started to earn money.
Okay.
And today, we have this habit to have the butterish toast, the vanilla, the toast, the whatever. It comes from the barrel. Doesn't come from the wine. Sorry, we produce wine here. Good or bad. I know we don't pretend.
Okay.
That's my only reason. And I just go back to the past. I don't reinvent.
Okay.
As a negociant, I buy raw material. I used to buy the Montrachet for 1 barrel, 340 kilos of grape or 228 liters of most, 42,000 euros.
52,000 euros.
Yeah, in 2008 was my first vintage. Now it's 200,000. That I don't buy anymore. I didn't produce the last 2 years Montrachet. It's too expensive. And I need a crack. We need that. But this is crazy. This is why the wines are so expensive, the cost of the land.
You've always worked with Pinot Noir, or what are the other types of grape varieties?
No, we
you've been
don't use
producing?
it with Pinot Noir. We don't use any grape. We use appellations.
Okay.
We have 1,240 appellations in Burgundy.
Right. But
The most important is the appellation.
Yeah.
The rest is just, like I said, one element of the chain. We never produce Pinot Noir in Burgundy.
right.
Never. If you have Bourgogne Pinot Noir, it's a shame. Bourgogne is always made with the grape. Who cares with the grape?
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
it's Pinot Noir for sure. But,
Right.
but I hate when we classify Burgundy under Pinot Noir or Chardonnay. That's not accurate.
Yeah.
That's 1,240 appellations in 70 kilometers long, 1 kilometer wide in average. That's the specificity of Burgundy.
In your view, which vintages have been the best and the worst? Do you
The
have
best
like
is to
sort of-
come,
Yeah.
and the worst, many 68, 60,
Yeah.
77, whatever. But the best is to come. I am 71 in some days, and I decided to retire at 102. So I have another 31 years to go. Maybe I will find a good one.
In a region defined by centuries of tradition, Laurent Ponsot reminds us that progress begins with curiosity, that questioning what has always been done is not rebellion, it's devotion to the craft itself. Laurent doesn't worship the past, but listens to it, re-engineering its lessons for a new generation. Because in wine, as in life, the goal isn't to repeat perfection, it's to pursue it again and again. The best vintage isn't behind us, it's the one still waiting to be made.